von Yosa, Jamie Hughes.
Shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you.
Jamie Hughes fordert einen neunmaligen WM-Teilnehmer heraus. Er ist einer aus den Top 20, die aktuelle 18 der Welt, hat 2 PDC-Titel einfahren können, beide im Jahr 2017. Ein herzliches Willkommen dem Rockstar Joe Cullen!
Oh, well, it could be a great night for the Black Country, couldn't it, with Wayne Jones making it through from Wolverhampton and maybe Jamie Hughes from Tipton could join him. Or maybe it'd be the lad from Yorkshire, Joe Cullen. Seen two-seeded players knocked out back-to-back. Peter Wright and Nathan Aspinall beaten by Willie O'Connor and Wayne Jones, respectively. Can Jamie Hughes make it a trio of unseeded triumphs to end the night here at the European Darts Matchplay in the Maimarkthalle in Mannheim? Or can Joe Cullen get back to winning ways on the European Tour? He is a player who was so brilliant on the European circuit for such a long time, but this year has been a bit of a struggle. He has made a Pro Tour final. He did make a quarter-final in Copenhagen, in the German Darts Grand Prix as well. But Joe Cullen was always a man that said, a quarter-final is the bare minimum I expect from these European tours, and he's not been making those bare minimums for most of the time.
Jamie to throw first. Game on.
Final game of the night, Yosa and the Rockstar. Magic Murph in the commentary box.
A stunning introduction, Dan Dawson, but when are you going to stop talking with that silly accent?
That's my normal.
Oh, I see. Well, it is a Yorkshireman against a man from the Midlands in the commentary box as on the stage.
42.
Joe Cullen, as you mentioned, the seeded player, but Jamie Hughes, the man in form, winner of the first Czech Darts Open. A monumental effort which saw him qualify for the World Matchplay. The less said about that tournament, the better for this man.
Yes.
58.
After heroics 12 months prior at the Winter Gardens, Joe Cullen suffered a nightmare. Ian White eagling him. Now, Jamie Hughes, it was a real struggle against Wesley Plazier last night. Won it 6-5 with a 91 average. That is not the Jamie Hughes we have come to know in his first year on the PDC circuit. He's certainly not the Jamie Hughes we saw when he won the Czech Darts Open.
$135.
Interesting decision to go that way. Because Joe Cullen has left himself finish here, and Jamie Hughes, by going for the 15s and not hitting the treble, he might only get one dart at a double. And it is only one dart at a double. It's a double top.
42.
And he could have given himself 2 dots at a double by going for a different treble with that last dart.
57. Would have left the ball for Joe Cullen to steal
64.
the leg.
Jamie, you require 20.
Hughes will have 3 more if required. Is that a guide or a blocker? Open bed, double 5.
15. Joe, you require 68.
Chasing the doubles around the board. Cullen will get a chance. Didn't want to go for tops, but hits it all the same.
Yeah, one of those where you go for a 16 or an 8. And
Second
then
leg, Joe to throw
99% certain Joe Cullen was after the 16 really, but then pins the double top anyway. And when Joe Cullen is firing, that rhythm to his game, that rhythm to his throw, he's able to move around the board just so fluently and make it look so easy, and he certainly did that there.
Winner of this match to face
140.
Willie O'Connor in the last 16 tomorrow after the Magpie stunned Peter Wright.
96.
A run of
60.
13 seeds winning ended by Snakebite's departure, and then another one fell immediately after in there for an Aspinall, or a Spinal as Raymond van Barneveld likes to call him.
134. $85. 134.
Good visit from Cullen. Leaves 79. He's got a similar equation that Jamie Hughes faced earlier. Now, Joe Cullen could go treble 13 for double top. Double top, double he's already hit. He could go treble 19 to leave an awkward double 11. But by hitting this single there, it does mean he should get one at tops. And he's made the pragmatic decision.
39.
Doesn't work out for him in the end.
121.
Elevens now. Bullseye to break back.
96.
Just kiss the ring.
40. He's on the second leg. Joe
Top
Cullen.
spin for the second leg running, and Joe Cullen finds himself 2-0
Third
up in
leg,
this one.
Jamie to throw first.
First time these two have run into each other in PDC darts or in any form of darts. According to the records that I've been looking at, they're certainly not messing the PDC. They played some exhibition somewhere, but
58.
they're both guys who have that capability of posting the monster averages. We've not seen much of that at all from Joe Cullen this year. And to be honest,
96.
even though Jamie Hughes was doing it a lot at the start of the year, the numbers have kind of faded a little, haven't they?
Yeah, Cullen, of course, had the chance to reach the final of the European Championship last season.
Yeah, missed darts.
134.
Just as Max Hopp did in the semi-finals, it could have been a Joe Cullen Max Hopp final. We were literally just a dart in each of those semis away from that being the showpiece of the European Championship. In the end, it was a clash between the multiple major champion James Wade and a former European champion Simon Whitlock. Wade emerging victorious,
59.
and James Wade will face Wayne Jones in the last 16 tomorrow. It's in the same quarter of the draw as Ian White and Johnny Clayton, the same half of the draw as Gerwyn Price versus Glenn
98.
Durrant and Willie O'Connor versus our winner here. So it is those 8 guys, well, 9 guys, because I don't know who's emerging from this game yet. One of them will make the final.
140.
Cullen in control so far. Hughes in need of a showstopper and a rot stopper. But it's not going to happen.
Yeah, had 3 darts to,
58.
or 4 darts to win the first leg. He had 1 dart to win the second leg, but he may not get a dart at all to win this third one on his own throw. Double 16 for Joe Cullen. It's there, 15 darter. And the rock star, if he grows in confidence, if he can just get into that groove and start producing some vintage Euro Tour Joe Cullen stuff, then Jamie Hughes could get blown away here.
96.
It was a year of near misses. 2018 for Joe Cullen, having picked up his first titles in the previous year.
100.
And he will be disappointed to have got to September 2019 and not kicked on at all from the promise that he showed over the last couple of seasons.
59.
But there are many big tournaments to come where Joe Cullen could have a say.
He could do, but he's going to have to play himself into some form over these next few weeks. And there are opportunities there, certainly. Midweek Pro Tour action, obviously this event. Risa coming up next weekend. Another Pro Tour weekend after that. There is a lot of darts in September. But it's almost like starting again. It's like being at the start of the year where you're looking around thinking who's in form, who looks likely, who could go and claim a title, and give you a little clue as to what might happen in the major tournaments coming up.
I think Joe Cullen is a player who does need to play a lot of darts as well, isn't he? I think when he started winning titles, you spoke to him after the matches, and he said it's because he'd been working harder, practicing more, putting in the effort. For a player who makes it look so effortless, hard work is very, very important.
52.
We don't see the preparation, we just see the end results. The end results, very nearly a 4-0 lead and a 1-5-2 checkout. Joe Cullen all over Jamie Hughes, who is not going to take that out, and you can see how annoyed he is with that dart. That's about as much as you'll get from Jamie Hughes in a game.
80.
Does leave himself double 16, but Joe Cullen in this mood, maybe taking this out first dart, and he does. Well, so often we've seen Joe Cullen turn up on the Euro Tour as a seed and win his opening game with absolutely no bother at all. It doesn't matter whether it's, you know, a highly rated player, an outsider, or somebody with real pedigree who's come through the opening round. Had to come through the qualifiers, and he's blasted them off the board, averaging 105, 107, 110 even.
40.
This is not one of those displays, but his finishing has been good enough to put himself in this position, and potentially Jamie Hughes, well, he is struggling. There could be a way back.
It's always going to be a difficult game to call between this pair, but I'm not sure anybody would have been expecting this after 4 legs. Cullen looking comfortable. Doesn't look like he'll have a 4-leg lead in a minute.
130.
Yozza's suddenly got his act together, but this could get Cullen to a finish.
140.
Quite enough.
You require 51.
An 11 darter to kickstart the Yozza charge. Double top for it. Double 10 for a 12 darter then. Much more like it. There's the Jamie Hughes from earlier on this year, the Czech Darts Open champion.
And finally hitting a double.
96.
After 6 failed attempts. And quite the contrast in the finishing stats from Cullen.
100. $81.
Oh, curious, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of that down to the last leg.
Yes.
100.
The upshot is it's 4-1, and Joe Cullen knows he only needs 2 good legs. And he is home and hosed, and we'll be looking at a shootout for the quarterfinals with the unseeded Willie O'Connor. Say that, 2 good legs. Two poor ones from Yoza and do.
41. $48.
Could have put a bigger hole in that one.
$139.
Wow.
So you've got 155.
Why has he gone for the 19s there? Does it matter? Well, it does, because Jamie Hughes, a single 20 leaves him a Shanghai finish. He's gone for the 19s in his single, left 1-2-1.
Yeah, it's 1 point, but it's much more difficult to complete. May only be a dart at the ball. This time he gets a shot at double 14.
Well, that's why he went for the 19s, to leave 1-2-1, of course. Superb check out from Jamie Hughes. Digs himself out of the hole of his own making. Breaks the Cullen throw.
He's just starting to motor in the last couple of legs.
99.
This match may not be over yet. Cullen 2 ahead, but still 2 away, and that's
96.
where you need to keep them. Match is set up
96.
tomorrow. Michael van Gerwen to face Mensa Suljovic, a repeat of last weekend's Euro Tour final. Adrian Lewis against Christoph Ratajski. Darrell Gurney, Rob Cross.
96.
And Dave Chisnell against Ricky Evans completes the top half of the draw. You've already run through the bottom half of the draw, which will feature the winner of this match.
Yeah, but what about that absolute quarter of death
140.
there? The world champion Van Gerwen. The Austrian winner from last weekend, Mensur Suljovic, another top 10 player.
99.
Adrian Lewis, the two-time world champion, and a former world master, Christoph Ratajski. Pick the bones out of that one. Darrell Gurney, Rob Cross, Dave Chisnell and Ricky Evans looks pretty tasty.
134.
That's the half where all the seeded players progressed. Pressure from Cullen, but Jamie Hughes is motoring. Last dart takes a little step, still that steely focus from Yoza, and he misses.
Big opportunity for Joe Cullen to kick away the safety nets from underneath Jamie Hughes. Double top has been a good
56.
friend of his in this match, but he thought that was in.
32.
Think again, Joe. Because Yoza gets another crack at the double 16. And this time it goes, and the gap is now just one leg. Jamie Hughes is reeling in Joe Cullen.
Legs in runs in this final match on Saturday night. 4 on the spin for Cullen, now 3 in a row for Jamie Hughes.
$60. $93.
Couple of today's results could have severe consequences for the European Championship. Michael Smith still with work to do to try and book his place in the finals, and John Henderson also sitting outside the provisional spots with 2 events remaining.
34.
Yeah, these two are going to be there. They've done enough. Jamie Hughes done more than enough. Could go in as one of the top 8 seeds as things stand.
Willie O'Connor's victory has put him into the provisional spots as well. Big win for him against Peter Wright. It's actually put him above Max Hupp, who's now in the last provisional spot. So beating him and then beating Peter Wright could have a big say for both of those players.
Yeah, it really could. Where's he looking here?
140.
Okay, gambles on the treble and gets it this time. 65 left. Cullen, treble 19 for tops. He does get a go at tops again. And again, he's just pulled it short. And Joe Cullen, if he pinned tops for the last two legs, this game would be over, but he didn't.
The question is, can Hughes? Same target.
45.
Same outcome.
Joe, you require 20. He's on the 8th leg, Joe Cullen.
16 dart leg for
Right,
Joe Cullen. Puts him on the verge of the final day of the European darts match play. Big gulp of water for the rock star. He's only going to get one chance to close this out on his own throw. He's got a free roll here to attack the Jamie Hughes throw and try and get it one right now.
59.
And that looks a little bit ropey, didn't it?
Yeah, the two darts aimed at the treble 20, very low.
100.
Well, Jozza did manage to reel off those three consecutive legs in 12, 15 and 16 darts. And the 16 darter, he missed three at double before he pinned it.
57.
If he puts another spurt like that together, it's probably enough. Has he got it in him?
42.
You can see the grimace greeting the miss.
134.
Good response from Cullen. Hughes may need to think this visit out.
I've not been 100% convinced with his counting in this game. And I'm not there either. He should have probably been looking at the ball second
43.
dart.
Cullen could carve out a chance here.
134.
Well, the last three legs, Joe Cullen has looked at combination finishes ending on double top. He's missed the tops on both occasions. Once he's been allowed back to the board. If he can put it right and hit the tops at the end of this, he wins the match. But he doesn't even get a dart at it.
85.
Well, now Jamie Hughes has a choice to make.
92.
Does he back himself to hit a treble, or does he go for the ball? Goes for the ball and hits the ball. And gets himself a dart. That is favourite double.
60. Joe, you require 32.
The average is better than last night, but Jamie Hughes looks like his tank's running a little bit on empty. Not the same fire and determination and focus that we've seen from Jamie Hughes, certainly that we saw from him when he won on the European Tour earlier this year. And Jozza's run ends in round two. Joe Cullen finds his way through to the final day of action on the European Darts match play. He will face the unseeded Willie O'Connor, one of only two unseeded players to come through today's games. We will be back at 1 p.m. local time tomorrow for the final day of action at the European Darts match play with some of the biggest names in world darts, and Joe Cullen is among them. We'll leave you with him, and we'll see you tomorrow here in Mannheim.
Vorstellen. Jamie Hughes, großen Applaus für ihn. Hat gekämpft, vom 0-4 sich nochmal rangekämpft, aber dann war Joe Cullen am Ende doch hinten raus besser. Joe, congratulations. On one hand it looked easy when you were 4-0 up, and then it got close again, huh? The seventh leg was an important one, wasn't it?
Yeah, but just before we start, how good was that on treble 19? The treble 19 I could have missed, but I couldn't find a treble 20. Jamie started really slow, so obviously Jamie's a brilliant player. He's 100 plus average every time, but like I say, the treble 19 has really got me out of jail tonight.
Is it difficult to play the last match of the day? It's a very long day for you guys.
Yeah, well, when the original draw came out, I was quite happy that I was in the evening. But it's been a long day. Honestly, it feels like I've been waiting about to play forever. But the game seems to have gone fast tonight, even though probably they haven't. But like I say, I'm just happy to win. It's one of them. You play last and you lose, you're absolutely fuming. You may partake in a drink in the bar, but now I'll go straight to bed and get ready for tomorrow.
Cool. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Joe. Joe Cullen freut sich, dass durch ist.